Welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! 2017 World Championships. On this program, we'll show you the real story behind the scenes of this year's exciting finals in Tokyo, Japan. My name is Sam Oz Stone.
And I'm Brittany Kanagati. The world's best players have traveled to Tokyo from their hometowns in countries as far away as Canada, the United States, Germany, France, New Zealand, Australia, Korea, Singapore, Guatemala, Mexico, Brazil. In all, 19 countries, all to see who'll be crowned the ultimate Yu-Gi-Oh! Players of 2017. We're going to show you the amazing victories, the surprise upsets, and the agonizing defeats. Oh, and wait until you see the exciting gameplay and an amazing final day. Wow, it is something.
It is really something this year. If you don't know much about the game, have no fear. We'll take you through it and explain everything. And if you're already a player, you'll get to see some of the people you've heard about and find out things about them you probably didn't know. And we'll let you in on their secrets to winning.
So let's get started with day one, when everyone traveled as long as 36 hours and as far as 10,000 miles to get to this once-in-a-lifetime event.
Players get on planes, few of them knowing what to expect. For players like Robert Tanny and his girlfriend Gianna, who met competing against each other in their hometown near Palm Beach, Florida, the first struggle is getting to Tokyo.
I got on the plane, we went to Texas for 3 hours, 3-hour flight to Texas. And then from Texas to Japan was a 14-hour flight. Long wait, we watched a lot of movies though, a lot of TV shows. I was lucky enough the seat next to me was empty.
Robert will be competing in Duel Links, which is a mobile app modeled after their traditional card game. Introduced only recently, it's proven to be a great starting point for many players, as well as being a new competitive platform all on its own. Kenichi Kataoka is the senior producer of Duel Links.
Duel Links has only been around for a year, and we're fortunate that we were able to do this huge tournament in only 12 months.
So, Robert Tanny and the other Duel Links players are the first to compete in public on an international stage.
He used me to test his decks all flight, so it was 12 hours, we just went back and forth.
If I do well, it's because of her. If I don't do well, it's because of her.
I'll take my credit or my blame.
Yeah.
It's a common theme for all players. The lead up to the flight, and the flight itself is filled with hours and hours of research about the national champions from around the world they'd be facing, and almost non-stop playing the game.
To get ready, my girlfriend also plays Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I have roommates that also play, and so they play test with me a bunch. We put our decks together and practice a lot.
Billy Brake from Dallas, Texas is one of the players to watch coming into these games in the main trading card competition. Billy managed to keep his spirits up even during delays that turned his Dallas to Tokyo trip into a 24-hour adventure. Looking out the window, Billy fought back fatigue.
But I was super excited. I was like, the sun's still out because night never set from leaving in the morning and going around the other side of the world.
Really excited, really nervous about the 13-hour flight, right?
15.
Charlie Futch from Indianapolis will be competing in the 13 and under trading card competition called Dragon Duel. He is also one of the players to watch coming into these games, having freshly won recognition in the top 2 of the North America Dragon Duel Championship.
We have exactly an hour and 11 minutes till we get to Tokyo, Japan.
The famously confident Charlie says, win or lose, he's just happy to have gotten an invitation to fly here.
I went to Japan as a 12-year-old, and then I also got the trip all the way paid for me and my mom. It's a pretty special opportunity. I'll look back at this when I'm 24 and just think, man, I was really good at Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think it was an awesome opportunity that we were given. I was just so happy to be able to have him here and be here to support him. He actually won the national tournament on my birthday, so I told him as a 12-year-old that he had given me the best birthday present that anyone ever would.
But the trip is serious business for the likes of Rafael Mariano Reich of Brazil, who would be the very first player from his country to make it to the finals, if he makes it that far. His father, Christian, playfully gives him an ultimatum.
I told him that he must win, otherwise we don't have the ticket back to Brazil.
In all, 48 players from around the world are converging on Tokyo to compete in one of the 3 contests. Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game, identified by red uniforms. The junior division, Dragon Duel, identified by purple uniforms. And Duel Links, the mobile app, identified by blue. The event lasts 4 days, including a day of sightseeing. Yes, they have time for sightseeing. And 2 days of competition until final winners are crowned. I can't wait to find out who wins. Okay, I already know who wins, but don't skip ahead. There are so many fun stories and interesting tips and tidbits in the next episodes. Like the stories about
Jay Sheriff, the champ from the United Kingdom, who overcame a major setback in his life and used Yu-Gi-Oh! To get through it. Ryan Yu from Canada, the North American champ, who became best friends with Charlie Futch, competing against each other at various tournaments. Now, Ryan proves to be Charlie's biggest fan, even as they face each other in what could be Charlie's greatest challenge.
And then there's charismatic Oscarel and his poker-faced son, Felix. Oh, and Rafael from Brazil, who keeps yelling "Fama" every chance he gets.
What are you doing?
I'm practicing like all those players.
You're playing Duel Links.
Uh-huh.
Well, can you save that for later? We have stuff to say.
Okay. During our episodes, we'll tell you about Marcello Barberi. I'm allowed to do the accent. I'm Italian. Marcello Barberi is the charming Italian player who won the European Championships, and he's confident he'll do well here.
I feel good. Definitely a little bit of tense, but I want to play, so I'm excited about it. And yeah, I just wanted to start because I want to prove what I can do.
And how about Ryusuke Sujimara, a player from Japan? Quick to mug for the camera, even though he's living in the shadows of legendary Japanese champions. Will Ryusuke's fun-loving style hold up against other main event powerhouses? Peter Fradier runs everything in Europe for Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card games parent company, Konami.
We have Billy Brake from the US, who has done a huge performance this year, winning several major events. We have Marcello Barberi from Italy, who was the top point getter in Italy, and on top of that he also won the European Championship, so he's on a run. We have a lot of great players here this year, so I don't think anybody can debate that these are not the best players in the world.
So, some of you still look a little confused about what Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually is and why players are so into it.
And those of you who have experience look a bit curious about what makes a champion so good at it.
Those answers and more in our next episode.
And by the way, it's not just a game for guys. While this year's field is crammed with dudes, as you heard from Gianna from Florida, a lot of girls do play.
In fact, a female judge at these games will tell us later on that girls not only play, they're often the women in power in the game.
Go girl power!
We'll end with the encouraging word from Rafael Reich, that Brazilian player we met.
Fama!
Fama!